Welcome to next session. We are meeting after the mid-semester examination. Prior to mid-semester, we had gone through many concepts in the subject. In the remaining part now, which would be till the end of the semester, we will try to go through remaining modules. Also, since the subject is a mathematical and analytical subject, and since we are not meeting face to face, what I have done is I have chosen those parts initially which are somewhat simpler. So it is not that all the modules which we have discussed are complete. So we will be going through the remaining, what we can say, somewhat difficult concepts also. So in the same logic, we would be discussing some further simpler things so that you get a feel of covering the major part of the subject, that is AC circuits. It is not new to you. You have already gone through it in 11th, 12th, in basic electrical engineering and all that. We would be specifically dealing with working of resistance and capacitor for AC circuits. The most important part is working of resistor and capacitor for AC circuit. That also has been discussed maybe in a different context in 11th, 12th and in first year. So I would like to deal with first what is speciality of a sinusoidal wave, number one, and then number two, how we deal with the resistance and capacitor. I made a small mistake during the discussion. It's not resistor, it's inductor and capacitor. Resistance is of course there. It is we deal with it obviously. It is a simpler what we can say component, simpler device we can say. But inductor and capacitor are having it's a very special kind. So why sinusoid waveform? Because I want to elaborate it in such a manner that there should not be any ambiguity in anybody's mind when you go out of the classroom, when you finish the subject. So, when electric circuits were introduced to you, concept of electricity and all that, right from Benjamin Franklin's experiment of the electricity, then kite, the person on the earth getting shocked, means that, see, there was an era we find that there is electricity sparkling in rainy season, number one, and at that time also there were small electric circuits in practice on the earth. People are not knowing whether these two are same or different. Then it was Benjamin Franklin who got a shock at the time of having a kite, and then some kind of interrelationship was brought about. Then the concept of generation of electricity, how to generate using chemical cells. Then Ørsted, you must be knowing what Ørsted did. Ørsted, that time, electricity and magnetism were considered to be different things. When Ørsted integrated them, then Faraday and electromagnetic generation was possible. And in that context, the concept of AC came. So, what is voltage is still not a very clear thing, means clear thing in the sense that it's not just like you can feel the mass in a weight, you can appreciate the length, you can experience the time. Like that, voltage is not a voltage, even though it is a physical parameter, it is not perceivable by human beings' own organs. In that sense, I say it is something which is not completely understood, but we can carry on. So, we have a DC voltage source. A DC voltage source of 2 volts always maintains 2 volts across it. Then if it is practical voltage source, it has having some internal resistance. Like that, you are aware of an AC source. When you have AC source, what is AC alternating? Means by theory of negation, AC sources means a DC source, its voltage means we specifically focus on voltage source. Voltage of a DC voltage source is always constant. When I say always, it is over the time. Listen very carefully. I am explaining in such a simple manner. As I am slow, we may require some more time. So I intend to give you maybe from next week. Even though we have 3 lectures per week, we may be requiring more. So almost 1 lecture every day you are required to go through. So that it is what is advantage also. Since I am very slow, if you listen it carefully, everything is understood and your own study time may be appropriately reduced. So what is AC? It is alternating current. AC current is actually AC. What is alternating current is the abbreviation expansion. So DC voltage remains constant. So what is AC? By theory of negation, a voltage source, voltage of which does not remain constant. Listen very carefully with respect to time. मराठी सांगतो. DC व्होल्टेज सोर्स असेल त्याचं व्होल्टेज कायम कॉन्स्टंट पाहिजे. AC व्होल्टेज सिन्युसॉइड नाही. कॉन्स्टंटचा विरुद्धार्थी शब्द सिन्युसॉइडल होत नाही. AC voltage source means a voltage source such that whose voltage is not remaining constant. Let us have a limited context in that way. Now, why sinusoid? I will deal with it and then we'll understand. So what is AC source now? Something which is not constant. So suppose if I construct like this, a 2 volt voltage source, then a 1 volt voltage source, and another 1 volt voltage source, reverse, and I have a switch here. And if I take switch from position 1 to position 2 each second, 1 second position 1, 1 second position 2, what would be the voltage available over here? Voltage available over here will be 3 volts, 1 volt. So this is something which is not a DC source now. Is it clear? So if I look, this is point B, and if I say this is point A, then VAB is a non-DC source. I think everybody should agree for this. VAB is a non-DC source. It is not constant. Voltage between point A to point B is not remaining constant. Right? Okay. So then it varies with respect to time. Then why sine wave is so important? Why not square wave? Why not triangular wave? And all these things. Now I would like to develop a theme that suppose if you apply some changing voltage to a circuit consisting of resistor and capacitor, inductor or resistor, then capacitor and inductor. As long as it is only resistor, no issues. But the moment at which capacitor and inductor comes, what kind of relationship they do have between voltage and current? For a capacitor, there is a differential relationship in a way that current is proportional to time derivative of voltage, and for inductor, voltage is proportional to time derivative of current. Because of these things, what we find is, whenever we apply some changing input, changing or when a time changing voltage source is there in the system, the resultant currents and voltages at various points in the system are governed not by linear equation but by differential equation. And when they are governed by differential equation, what we find is that depending upon the differentiation of the time changing source, all things are arrived at. So if I have a square wave as input wave, its difference is spikes. A square wave, actually impulse is something which you have to consider. I will consider at an appropriate time. If I have a square wave, one and three. What is its derivative? When there is no change, its differential is 0. At time of change, it's infinite, a spike, it's an impulse. Then again 0. Then it's minus infinite speed of change, like this. Suppose if I have a triangular wave as input wave, then its derivative is a square wave, like this. So whenever there is a square, triangular or parabolic, different kinds of waveform, what we find is their derivatives are of different shapes. And when we rearrange the circuit consisting of resistor, capacitor, inductor, the various original one, its derivatives add together, and overall it's a very different kind of signals at various points. Now, sine wave is a peculiar wave. I will elaborate its origin and all that at appropriate time, because we are having a shortage of time, but still I would be explaining in simple manner that sinusoidal, when I say sinusoidal, sine and cos are of the same family because it is phase shifted of version of each other. So when we take a sinusoidal waveform, listen very carefully now, when we take a sinusoidal waveform, we differentiate it or we integrate it any number of times. Integrate we shall keep aside for some time. When we take a sinusoidal waveform and when we differentiate it, what is its derivative? We take an example. So if I have V in t is equal to, you must have studied in 11th, A, that is amplitude, sine omega, omega is 2 pi f, omega is 2 pi f, where f is the frequency, omega is called angular frequency. We will elaborate everything, we will elaborate. Now the problem is that since you are not face to face, the major problem of asking you the understanding instantly is not possible. Even if you go for Zoom or something, it is not possible to coordinate it in such a manner. So I am preferring these recorded sessions, and maybe through some questions on assignments I may understand the level of understanding. So V in t is A sin omega t. Now if I differentiate What is derivative? dv in t upon dt is equal to omega a cos omega t. Omega a cos omega t. So what is important is original waveform, original signal and its derivative both are sinusoidal waveforms of same frequency omega. Same frequency omega, amplitude may be different, and it is sine and it is cos. How I can interrelate sine and cos? How I can interrelate sine and cos? I can interrelate sine and cos. You are aware that even in say high school days, sine of pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta. With a plus theta, it may jumble. That sine of pi by 2 plus theta is whether cos theta or minus theta. Cos of pi by 2 plus theta is cos theta, sine theta or minus sine theta. But I am very much sure that everybody of you is of having a firm conviction that sine of pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta and cos of pi by 2 minus theta is sine theta. That you must have learnt in your late high school days. So it is very clear that cos pi by t I can always write as sine of, cos omega t, I can always write as sine of omega t plus something, or at least sine of pi by 2 minus omega t, sine of pi by 2 minus omega t, or to be very precise, I can write as sine of omega t plus means it is two sinusoidal waveforms of same frequency are expressed by a multiplier in amplitude and shift in phase. And if I add these two, the beauty of this, if I add these two, you must be aware, I don't know whether you were made specifically aware it of or not, or whether you have yourselves become aware or not, is that two sinusoidal waveforms of same frequency may be of any different amplitudes and different phases. If these are added, then we get this sinusoidal waveform of same frequency of some different amplitude and some different phase. So I give a very classical example. If I add a1 sine omega t plus phi 1 plus a2 sine omega t plus phi 2, this is always a3 sine of omega t plus phi 3, and knowing a1, a2, phi 1 and phi 2, you can find a3 and phi 3. So this is most important thing for a sine wave, and because of that sine wave finds its application everywhere. पुन्हा एकदा मराठीत सांगतो, एकाच फ्रिक्वेन्सीच्या वेगवेगळ्या एम्प्लिट्यूडच्या आणि वेगवेगळ्या फेजच्या दोन साइन वेव्ह, व्हेन आय से साइन इट इज सिनुसॉइडल, कॉस त्यात झालं, जर का आपण ऍड केल्या तर त्या दोन वेव्हफॉर्म ऍड केल्यानंतर जी वेव्हफॉर्म बनते ती सुद्धा त्याच फ्रिक्वेन्सीची साइन वेव्ह असते, त्याची एम्प्लिट्यूड वेगळी असेल, त्याची फेज वेगळी असेल. सो what is most important part in this sinusoidal waveform is its differentiation, even if we take, and even if it gets added into original first, or you differentiate for one time, you differentiate once more, any time if you differentiate and add in any manner, any time when you differentiate and add in any manner, everything is always sinusoidal waveform of same frequency. Every time it is sinusoidal waveform of same frequency. Therefore, sine wave is called as analytic waveform, where its multiple differentiations do not make change in its basic shape. It's always a sinusoidal waveform. And because of that, the sinusoidal waveform, and obviously that is not the same. Why AC source is sinusoidal? This is not the reason. म्हणजे साइन वेव्ह ही अनालिटिकल आहे, किती वेळा डिफरन्शिएट करा इंटिग्रेट करा ती साइन वेव्ह राहते, म्हणून काहीतरी 300 वर्षापूर्वी एसी साइन वेव्ह एसी सोर्स तयार केलेला नाही आहे. इट वॉज पॉसिबल व्हेन the generation of electricity was to be made, or electricity was required to be generated. At that time, mechanical engineering, especially heat engine, and also what we can say hydel power plant, the construction of rotating the wheel using water flow was developed, and how to convert that into electricity. So electric generator, which consisted of fundamental rotary motion, automatically gave the sinusoid, and fortunately it is having of this advantage. Therefore, the major AC analysis what we carry out for electric circuit assumes that sinusoidal voltage source is applied. So AC source and DC source, or DC source which we discussed already, and AC source means a sinusoidal voltage source. V in T is equal to A sin omega T. So in that context now, let us elaborate what is going to happen for a capacitor, for an inductor, and for a resistor there is no need, but still we can proceed. So see, I am explaining very fundamental. Now what we would be arriving at is the concept of reactance of these elements L and C. Now let us have an ideal AC source, means no internal resistance or impedance that way, and it is equal to A sin omega T, and if I apply it to a resistor of R ohms, so this is V in T and this is IT. So what is IT? IT is equal to V in T upon R, because for a resistor relationship is between V equal to IR, or V in T is equal to I into R into IT, or VRT. For resistor relationship is VRT is equal to R into IRT. In this case IRT is IT and VRT is V in T. So V in T is equal to R into IT. That is IT is equal to V in T upon R. So IT is equal to A upon R sin omega T. So current is in phase with the voltage. The voltage is sin omega T, some amplitude. Current is also sin omega T, some different amplitude. Now, very interesting thing is this is something which you might be using but might not have understood the reason for the same. I will explain it in such a manner, the concept of impedance, why we are required to use J in this. Everything I will explain. Only thing is that your job is to watch with patience. Now we apply right from scratch, no prerequisite. A sine omega t. It is capacitor with capacitance C. Now, what will be IT? It's simple. IT is equal to we have the capacitor formula. ICT is equal to C into dVCT by dt. Here ICT is IT and voltage across capacitor is A sin omega t. So IT is equal to C A omega cos omega t. A omega cos omega t, and Vt, or that we can say this I can say ICT, this we can say VCT is equal to VCT is same A sin omega t. A sin omega t. Listen very carefully. I will explain it in such a manner that there should not be any ambiguity as such. Then how to use it to have computations, why J is required, I will address everything. So for capacitor, what we find is, for resistor there is no issue. Even if there is a DC voltage, the DC current I is 1 upon R into voltage across it. Current is equal to 1 upon R into voltage. That is there for resistor. But for capacitor, current is equal to C into differential of voltage. C into differential of voltage. Now listen very carefully. This is something which is not explained. I don't know whether it is not deliberately explained in the literature, or it is assumed that it is so simple that there is no need to explain. So to indicate I will come later. For resistor, what is the situation? If same thing is there here, same thing, VT and R. In the case VRT is same voltage A sin omega t, and IRT is 1 upon R sin omega. So now listen very carefully. We are going for the concept of capacitive reactance. We are going for the concept of capacitive reactance. How do we deal with the capacitive reactance is an important question. So for resistor, listen carefully. What is resistance? Resistance of a resistor is ratio of voltage across a resistor upon current through a resistor. It is ratio of voltage across a resistor upon current through a resistor, and it is always constant. Ratio of voltage and current for a resistor is always constant. So VRT upon IRT will be equal. I made a small mistake. It is A. So VRT upon IRT is always R. Ratio, you may find it is something like a high school lecture, but I am repeating because there is a purpose. Ratio of voltage across resistor upon current through resistor is always constant. That is because straightway that is the thing which governs V. That is the basic equation, that IRT is equal to 1 upon R into V in T. Or so we will take VRT. So obviously this is IRT. So obviously when IRT comes on this side, this goes on the other side. So that is VRT upon IRT is equal to R. VRT upon IRT is equal to R. Means since there is linear relationship between voltage and current, their ratio is always defined as R. So now, what is capacitive reactance? If a question is asked, many of you may answer as 1 upon omega c, few may answer as 1 upon j omega c, few may answer as minus j upon omega c. In different way you will answer. But the question is, what is the concept of reactance now? It's very interesting. Is it possible to have, I have arranged the equations here and here. Now I can take ratio of voltage upon current. Like that ratio is possible for this. By taking the equation ICT is equal to C dVCT by dt, it is not possible. It is not possible to obtain a ratio of VC upon VCT upon ICT, because there is no such simple relationship. Obtaining ratio of VCT, then you may say that I will integrate something, then again ICT will go in different form. So that, listen very carefully. This is the most important statement. It is not possible to obtain a general expression which would be valid throughout for ratio of voltage across capacitor upon current through capacitor. जसं रेझिस्टन्सला व्होल्टेज अपॉन करंटचा रेशो म्हणजेच रेझिस्टन्स आहे, म्हणजे रेझिस्टरच्या बाबतीमध्ये व्होल्टेज त्याच्या अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज अपॉन त्याच्यातला करंटचा रेशो म्हणजेच रेझिस्टन्स, तसं कॅपॅसिटर करता कॅपॅसिटर मधला करंट हा कॅपॅसिटरच्या अक्रॉसच्या व्होल्टेजच्या डेरिव्हेटिव्हशी प्रपोर्शनल असल्यामुळं कॅपॅसिटरच्या अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज भागिले कॅपॅसिटर मधला करंट याचा एक रेशो करताच जनरल एक्सप्रेशन तयार करता येत नाही. इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, बिकॉज डिपेंडिंग अपॉन what is the nature of VCT, the differential will change and everything will change. Now, if we decide to restrict VCT, to some fixed form, म्हणजे ह्या VCT करता मी रेशो काढू शकतो. So what kind of means, if I decide that the voltage which I would be applying to a capacitor is of sinusoidal nature, constant amplitude, constant frequency, A sin omega t, where A and omega are constant throughout the time. When it is said, I say throughout means right from minus infinity till infinity. It's again very different and very complex thing. Like transient and steady state, I am trying, see, this subject is very complex if we think in its entirety. I am finding out way out by sidelining some complex things and giving you a, what we can say, simple road to walk through. So if voltage is sinusoidal, for a sinusoidal type of voltage, I can think of finding some ratio. What is that ratio again? Now, input is A sin omega t, voltage is A sin omega t, current is C A omega cos omega t. C A omega cos omega t. Then find the ratio. I am sure that you have not heard this term at all. What is the ratio then? What we want? Trying to find something like resistor for capacitor. जे रेझिस्टरला व्होल्टेज अपॉन करंट म्हणजे रेझिस्टर, तसं कॅपॅसिटरला व्होल्टेज अपॉन करंट म्हणजे काय? सो as I already explained, for general any kind of voltage we can't find general expression, but if we restrict ourselves to sinusoidal voltage, in that case VCT is this, ICT is this, then what is VCT upon ICT? VCT upon ICT is A upon, write as it is, A sin omega t upon C A omega tan, cos omega t. That is 1 upon omega c tan omega t. Have you ever heard that this term you have not heard? Ratio for voltage and current, voltage across capacitor and current through capacitor, for sinusoidal type of voltage is 1 upon omega c tan omega t. That is obvious. You in MATLAB also you can plot now, on paper you can plot sine wave, plot cosine wave, have different amplitudes depending upon, you can choose some values. Value of capacity you can choose to be 2 farad. Don't choose 1 now because you will not get a feel. This you can choose as 2 farad. This you can, omega you can choose as 2. This you can choose as 2 farad. In that case you will find that there will be a voltage waveform, there would be a current waveform. So current waveform would be C is 2, omega is 2, 4 times voltage waveform with a phase shift. Then at every point, at every time instant, if you see, there will be some voltage, there will be some current. You will see that for some voltage there will be 0 current, so that will be infinite. Ratio is infinite. For 0 voltage, you will be finding that there will be some current, ratio will be 0. So that is tan. So it can move from 0 to infinity. So this is instantaneous ratio. VCT upon ICT is instantaneous ratio. So what we do is this instantaneous ratio I am not much interested, because that instantaneous ratio will vary from 0 to infinity as known by tan. So I remove this term and I focus on this term. I focus on, instead of this direct ratio VCT upon ICT, what I look at their comparative terms. When I have 2 sinusoidal waveforms of same frequency is same. When 2 sinusoidal waveforms of same frequency are there with me, there is a different method of comparing them. That first is their amplitudes and other is their, this is now sine, it is cos, so phase. So what I find is that, what is the there is a different method of what is ratio? What is the concept of ratio? Ratio is a comparison. Ratio is a comparison in which division is made. In some one is when you compare, there are different methods of comparing. Suppose if that you have there is a race between two, and race has to be there. There is nothing wrong in the race. It should not be a rat race. It should not be what we can say a race beyond a certain limit in competitive spirit. In your class, there will be a race between two students, two toppers. So that is a comparison. Then suppose if that one gets a pointer of in the first year you are aware of the pointer 9.3 and other gets 9.1. Then or I think that in engineering and that too in autonomous college the concept of pointer is something which is new, so you may not be able to get if its feel. In school days you say that first was I think in the school day also there was some grading, but otherwise say the comparison at SSC, one is having 88 marks, other is having 86, so no, sorry, 88, 86 is too less for you, comparing the marks which are nowadays familiar. So one is having 99% marks, other is having 97%. So whether you take ratio of them, yes, no, my friend 99, my 97, so it is 1 point not, so he is 1.02 times ahead, oh, no, sorry, I am ahead than my nearest neighbor by 1.02 times, you say like this? No. So there what do? There you take difference. So what I wanted to say is difference and ratio are two methods of comparison. Difference and ratio are two methods of comparison. In salary, if the salary, suppose that now say Ambani is to be compared with somebody else, then one is having 1 crore per day, other is having 5 lakh per day. Then do you find difference of 95,000? One is 95 lakh rupees less? No. There what do? Ambani's salary per day 1 crore, somebody XYZ salary 5 lakh per day. So it is 20 times. So it is depending upon if some things are near, then you may go for difference. If they are far away, you may go for, so depending, so difference as well as ratio, these two are some kind of comparison techniques, the tools of or comparison tools, and we may apply suitably. Like that, so I have this and this, this and this. So its amplitude, and now sine and cos. Now sine and cos. Can I say that cos theta, will you agree with this? Cos theta is sine pi by 2 plus theta, am I correct? Sine pi by 2 plus theta is cos theta, everybody will agree with me. There is no question agreeing with me. When I say agree with me, that you will immediately get clicked. Cos theta is sine of pi by 2 plus theta. So what I write is VCT is sine omega t, and ICT now I don't write in terms of cos. I make it sine. I make it sine. So it is sine of omega t plus pi by 2. Sine of omega t plus pi by 2. So now what I have got? That sine is common, this sine, this is very important, and this is also very important. If this is not same, so this I can say sine of omega t plus 0. because this right now it is VC is everyone is saying omega t. It may have some shift also. So in general, I am comparing two sinusoids. Voltage across capacity is a sinusoid. Current through capacity is also a sinusoid. So what for comparison, what is essential? Both must be sine now, and both must have omega t term, and both should not have any term inside the bracket which includes t other than omega t. If something more is there, then it is not waveforms of same frequencies. So sine omega t, and no term with t. So this is common. Then what is same? What is different? That is, so comparison is between the differences, different things. So here I have got A, here I have got Ca omega, here I have got 0, here I have got pi. So when I say a ratio I take of voltage upon current, actually capital is not also good term. So just I write something to write, therefore I am writing voltage upon current. When I take ratio, in the numerator A sine omega t plus 0, and here it is C A omega sine omega t plus pi by 2. So I have with me A sine omega t plus 0, C A omega sine omega t plus pi by 2. So what is capacitive reactance? So the concept of a resistance like term for capacitor, म्हणजे कॅपॅसिटर म्हणजे कॅपॅसिटरचा रेजिस्टन्स, अतिशय ही टर्म म्हणजे हे कॅपॅसिटरचा रेजिस्टन्स, त्यानंतर आपण इम्पिडन्स म्हणतो, पण कॅपॅसिटरचा रेजिस्टन्स सारखं आपण बोलतोय, फक्त तो कॅपॅसिटर रेजिस्टन्स ही टर्मच चुकीची आहे, म्हणून आपण इम्पिडन्स म्हणतो. का म्हणतो ते थोड्या वेळानंतर कळेल. तर कॅपॅसिटरच्या रेजिस्टन्स सारखं म्हणजे काय? व्होल्टेज आणि करंटचा रेशो. तो कधी घ्यायचा? जर सिन्युसॉइडल टाइपचं व्होल्टेज असेल तरच. मराठीत सांगतो, सिन्युसॉइडल टाइपच्या व्होल्टेजेस जर का असतील तर कॅपॅसिटरचा रेजिस्टन्स म्हणजे काय? तर कॅपॅसिटर अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज आणि कॅपॅसिटरच्या अक्रॉसचा करंट यांचा रेशो घ्यायचा. पण तो रेशो साधा स्ट्रेट घ्यायचा नाही, तो रेशो टॅन मध्ये येतो, तसा नाही घ्यायचा. तर कसा घ्यायचा? सो we take ratio of amplitudes. How much? A upon 1 A omega. So 1 upon omega c. And difference of phase. याला ह्यानं भागायचं आणि ह्यातनं हे वजा करायचं, हे कॉमन आहे, तेव्हा ऑटोमॅटिक ते जाणारच. हे कॉमन आहे, हे कॉमन आहे, हे कॉमन आहे, हे कॉमन आहे. व्होल्टेजच्या अँप्लिट्यूडला करंटच्या अँप्लिट्यूड भागायचं ओमेगा सी, आणि व्होल्टेजच्या फेज मधनं करंटचा फेज वजा करायचा मायनस पाय बाय 2 or minus 90 degrees. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कॅपॅसिटिव्ह. जे कसं आहे तर सांगतो नंतर. कॅपॅसिटिव्ह रिएक्टन्स. दिस इज कॅपॅसिटिव्ह रिएक्टन्स. व्हॉट डज इट मीन? इट टेल्स अस that if I have a sinusoidal type of voltage, then the ratio of amplitudes of voltage across capacitor and amplitude of current through capacitor is 1 upon omega c, and these two waveforms are phase shifted by pi by 2. These are phase shifted by pi by 2. Lead lag is something we will explain. I will tell you in detail. So this is the formula for capacitive reactance. This is reactance, impedance, capacitors resistance. By any method, I am explaining the theme. Now, what will happen? Now? I hope that I give it question to you, give you some hint, and then I will take a break. You will solve and we will discuss in next lecture. It's very interesting. So what is capacitor's resistance is 1 upon omega c angle minus pi by 2. Capacitor's resistance is 1 upon omega c angle minus pi by 2. Now, inductor we discussed not in detail, but I think that is sufficient. Again I apply a sine omega t and I connect it to an inductor. Inductor is of L. What would be IT? How will you find IT? Now, what is relationship? This is VLT. What is VLT? VLT is a sine omega t. What is ILT? ILT is IT. It's able to find. Now, what should be relationship? VLT is equal to L dILT by dt. So from that you have to find ILT. Then you need to take 1 upon L. So ILT is equal to L comes on this side, 1 upon L VL. It is like this. So integration comes, and the moment at which integration comes, we are somewhat skeptical. Now, instead of that, I can find it with this. You can find, I think it is classical, I will not go into this, but you can find ILT by some trial and error method. By some trial and error method, ILT should be such that its derivative should be a sin omega t. So one thing is sure, that if derivative is a sin, instead of finding this integration, you can find simply, since derivative is a sine wave, this must also be a sine wave. This must also be a sine wave of same frequency. So I can take it as B, let ILT is equal to B sine omega t plus phi. Let it be B sine omega t plus phi.